Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've done a video, probably 2 and a bit months now. So I'm just going to do a bit of an update because a lot has changed in the last, since I last did one of these videos. So first of all, at the time I was having problems with my atlas and being able to hold the adjustment. And I ended up going to an Atlas orthogonal practitioner down in Sydney in Crow's Nest, and what she was able to notice is that I had a leg length discrepancy, which she suspected it, and then I had a full body scan and it showed that I have a 15mm difference. My right leg is so therefore my right leg is significantly longer than my left leg, which puts my pelvis up on one side and then sets kind of your whole body off, which is maybe why the atlas is, you know, always kind of in the wrong way. But then it's also compounded by, you know, I had a couple of car accidents as well and sporting injuries. So, but what's interesting is that the leg length difference is something I remember very distinctly when I was in maybe 11 years old, like year 7 kind of time. I remember I had a rugby injury, and afterwards I'd always walk with my right foot out to the side. And I was always wondering, like, why is that? And that continued, and obviously over time that's going to make that right leg grow a lot longer than the left leg, because it's kind of out more to the side. So knowing that, she suggested I wear an orthotic, well, kind of just like a heel lift. So I now wear 6mm in my left shoe, and to get higher. So I've got that in my trainers, my simple, casual shoes. Also, I bought some Archies. They're like slides that are kind of have a bit of a wedge on the inside of the sole. So it's meant to be really good for your support and everything, for your feet. And then I actually went on a holiday to Europe, which I think I mentioned in the previous video that was about to happen. So going into the trip, I was really desperate to, have the atlas and stuff sorted out, have that stabilization with the heel lift in, so that I wouldn't have problems when I was overseas. I wouldn't have waking up feeling really bad, the reflux, would be able to talk and sing properly, wouldn't have a stuffy nose, wouldn't have all the earwax that I seem to get. So many other things, better swallowing, I don't know, just so many things which are an immediate change when I get the atlas sorted out. So I was doing well. I had maybe 5 days holding the atlas really well, and then I went on a roller coaster in Belgium, which kind of set things all off again. And I really tried so hard to find someone in Belgium where I was staying, who could do atlas orthogonal. I went to a chiropractor there, and they adjusted the atlas, but very quickly went out again. And I was in England. I went to another chiropractor there, and similar thing, like tried to adjust the atlas, but couldn't. So basically, the whole trip, while it was really fun, health-wise, it was really bad. Really bad. So then when I came back to Australia, I knew that I'd be able to get my atlas sorted out and stuff as soon as I was back here. So I mentally it was kind of okay, because when I come back I know it's gonna be fine. But yeah, it wasn't so great. So what was really interesting is that because the leg length difference, and I was saying how the foot was out to the side. When I was in Europe, I actually met a friend there, and he's trained to be a physio. And the place that he works at, they do a lot of work with your feet, because the whole notion is that because your whole body's resting on your feet, if they're not being used properly, then you've got muscles that are going to be dormant for a long time, which messes up kind of the support for your body. So doing training with these blocks, so for example, I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. With my right foot, because you know how it's been outside for years, it means because that leg's longer, I'm kind of using the inside of my right foot to support myself, and the outside of my left foot to support myself, which means the right side of my right foot and which means the outside of my right foot and the inside of my left foot are being underutilized all this time. So they do work to train those muscles with these blocks. They put it under your feet so you can get those muscles working. and that meant that immediately after the session, it was only like half an hour, it meant I could walk a lot better, and it meant that I could relax my pelvis a lot better, so I could breathe a lot better, and that was helping for seeing as well as just generally not having so much weight and pressure added to whenever walking or just standing, to be honest. So that was really interesting. And also this ties back into being able to hold the Atlas. The problem is I haven't been able to do much of those exercises because I was worried so much about the Atlas coming out, because they don't want me to do those exercises with the heel lift in. But yeah, so it's kind of all come back to, well, how do I hold the Atlas? Because it's been 18, I've now done it, I think in the last year I said I've done it 8 times or something, or maybe 10. I've now done it 18 times. And again, it works so well every time. There's also loads of stuff that obviously to do with singing. The singing technique has to be perfect as well, and there's all sorts of stuff like, with vocal fry that's really helpful, and breathing into the back. And also another one for me is my nose. This is another tangent. Years ago I had a nose surgery. I've had 2 actually, and on the second one I had really bad nosebleeds afterwards, and so I went to hospital and they plugged my nose to stop it bleeding, and I'm pretty sure they damaged something up there, because it meant immediately afterwards I then couldn't smell properly. Still now I don't smell as well as I could before. I don't breathe as well through my nose as I could. So it's like with singing, I kind of have to make a conscious effort to have my nose open. And you don't want to sing through your nose. You don't want to sing through your nose, but you want your kind of nose hole to be open. It's like you're going to smell a flower or something. It needs to be open. That makes a really big difference to mixed voice for sure. Now, so yeah, back to the Atlas holding. I'm now in the Gold Coast. I found out about Atlas Prophylax yesterday, and I had booked an appointment for the weekend, but because it's a long weekend in Australia, the tickets from Sydney to Gold Coast are so expensive. And the reason I'm here is because there are only 3 people in Australia who do this. It's basically, instead of manipulating the Atlas, they basically do this very precise massage with this tool in kind of the area, so that your Atlas can kind of fall into place. So it kind of releases all the muscles around so that the Atlas can fall into place. That's the idea. It was developed by this Swiss guy called Rene, and I think there's about 100 people worldwide who are training this. And there are 3 people in Australia. They're all in Queensland. I've never been to Queensland before. And yesterday I booked one for the weekend, but because it's so expensive, I managed to get them to do it the next day. And I got an overnight coach with my brother here. And then we're getting a flight back at 6 a.m. tomorrow, so I can go back to work. So literally I've taken a day off to fly to travel to Queensland, which is completely crazy. But yeah, I feel I've gone some lengths with this whole health journey stuff. So this is just the next thing. But hopefully because this is meant to potentially be a permanent fix to Atlas problems. Some people say that they had loads of Atlas treatments with like Atlas Orthogonal, and then they got an Atlas Prophylax thing, and then they didn't need to ever get it adjusted again. I was getting pretty sick of having to go to the chiropractor every couple of days. Sometimes like the Atlas would hold for like 10 minutes and it would go out. Sometimes I'd hold it for like 4 days, but I'd have to be really so strict. And it meant I've not been able to do as much exercise because I'm worried about it coming out and stuff. And even when it is in the right place, I'm always, as I said, I'm always worried about it's going to come out, or I'm having to lie really strict in my bed so I'm not moving too much. All sorts of things. And like I'd shower with my Archies, like those these kind of like special slides, and then like immediately afterwards like putting on trainers so that I don't I'm never not wearing shoes, and it's really like it's not a good way to live at all. So I've been saying for a long time, like, I really want a permanent solution. And the other thing is, like, do I have to buy the Atlas Orthogonal thing? I'm not a chiropractor, but they cost like $5,000, and you can buy them, but I think you have to be licensed and all sorts of things, and I don't know how you'd get them. And as I said, like, I managed to adjust myself with I got my brother to adjust me with a massage gun, doing very precise, but we then tried again and we couldn't do it, and also it seems really unsafe. That's kind of where we're at. But honestly, the difference when I have this adjusted and when I don't is night and day. So like, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but on this earth. But you can be pretty sure I'm going to be trying to sort this Atlas stuff out, and hopefully this will be it. Yeah, we'll have to see. Anyway, wish me all the best, and I'll speak to you all later.